I don't know, we'll figure it out. Hi guys, Martin from Belief here with Julie. What's the date, Julie? I always start with the date.
The date is the 12th.
The 12th of
Yeah.
June 2025. It's about 3 o'clock or near 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Always tell you how important it is for the background of your video to tell a story. It's becoming less relevant with AI where you can put yourself anywhere, but here we are. What do you think of this spot, Julie?
It's beautiful. It's really beautiful, peaceful.
That's not the answer I was looking for. I'm going to swing around. Just check this out. Like there is very high elevation. You got this thing behind us. Other than the fact it's a waste of money, Julie, what do you think the purpose of that house is? It's bizarre, isn't it? This thing. Have you even noticed it?
Oh, yeah,
Since we've
now
been
I've
here?
noticed it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the centrepiece for the, Denham Court area?
I don't know. That's an interesting question, actually. Do you know where we are?
We're in Denham Court, I think, or Willowdale.
This is Willowdale. In fact, I think, sorry to spin you around, guys. This is Denham Court, I think, behind us. You can see Denham Court must be high school or public school. I'm not sure. I'll get Julie back in the shot there and whatever else. But behind us is
The CBD.
yeah, the CBD. Campbelltown Road is just over that hill. Like literally just over the hill behind us. You can see cars, or we can see cars zooming up and down, but you know, it's just an amazing area. This area down here is, do you know?
No.
Ingleperm, that's actually
Wow.
Campbelltown, I think, and St Andrews. So it's like to drive between any of these areas that we see here, it can take up to half an hour, but it's amazing geographically how close they are to each other. Although, you know, I was a pilot for years, so I'm kind of used to looking down at Chatswood and Parramatta sort of at the same time. You know what I mean? Like it's not any big deal. Now, Julie and I have been doing video, like a lot of brokers. I think she struggled with certain aspects of it. What did you find the hardest, Julie? It's
Trying to
Dump.
remember what to say when I know it so well. I think just being behind the camera is a little bit overwhelming. But we've had a few takes today, and I can say that we finally nailed it. It was good. It has broken the shell now for us to do a lot more video content and help more people, which is great.
The first day is always the hardest because it's an initiation if you've never sort of set yourself in front of a camera before. Certainly the big ass cameras we've got, although we reverted to the mobile phone for most of it. But if you've never done it before, it can be a little bit confronting, but the problem is it's something you absolutely need to do. Now, I just screamed at Julie a couple of minutes ago and said, your effing Facebook feed is full of shit and, you know, it's garbage and everything else. And because most brokers subscribe to third-party services. Now, we have a managed service. You will know that. We post content to social media feed, and I tell everybody it does nothing. It adds no value because we don't speak to your brand specifically. It's generic. It's fluff. It's filler stuff. So if somebody comes to your Facebook page and you haven't posted anything in 3 months, at least it looks like you're not dead, right? That's kind of the only reason it's there. But you have to speak to your brand and positioning. You have to remember the entire funnel process, right? One of the most misunderstood aspects of a funnel is that know and like component, right? You have to get to know someone and like someone before you're going to work with them, specifically in an environment such as finance, where they play such an intimate role in that purchase decision. They look at your pay slips and bank slips, and they're familiar with all your debt and all your problems. And you have to get to know and like that person and trust them very quickly. And the only way to do that is via digital, so your website and video. So that's why you know, we have a facility, and I'm going to talk through it in a couple of days. I'll do a little screencast. We have a facility where you send videos to your website, but you assign at least one video to every single page. Right, I've talked about the virtues and values of that in the past, but Julie has never appeared on video. Never.
Never.
Right.
So this is the first time.
Yeah, so it's the first time. And when I went, and I literally sort of screamed at her a little bit, and because if you're not using video to leverage your brand, that comes at a cost. Okay, now I can speak to the value and virtues of video all day. However, in the mortgage space in particular, more so than almost any other industry, maybe on par with property, I think it's more important than any other industry I've worked with. And we've just talked about the fact that I've worked with over 500 different professions and industries, and mortgage brokers are the ones that need video the most but rarely use it. Now, when we started talking about this, I think back in 2003, you know how many brokers were using video on their website?
Wow.
0%, none. And that's because it came in an era where internet speeds didn't sort of support video. It wasn't until about 2000 and maybe 2008, 2009 where it became an absolute necessity, and everyone had an iPhone, and with the iPhone came an Android phone. So that was 2007 or 6 in fact. But it became a necessity to support all this video that people were creating, and the internet leveraged off the popularity of smartphones. But it's important. Are you going to record a video right now?
Yes, we'll be recording videos from now on. I know how easy it is because he just showed me. So now, moving forward, I'll need to upload a video, even if it's just 30 seconds about my day, but the day and the life of a broker, and what we do and how we help people. So
how many
definitely.
emails do you get every single day from a lender?
Oh, yes, too many.
Okay, how many of them actually
many.
offer value? How many of them, honestly?
Look, I don't know if they add value at the time that they send it, but I will say, like, if I do need them, I will go into my emails and search, and then something will come up of interest.
Well, you said
So,
that
yeah.
it's not of value. Immediately, you said something along those lines. I wasn't really listening. So, but how do you know it's not of value to someone else? Certainly, someone that you don't know.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So, who do you think is okay? If you create a video, if CommBank sent a product through or a notification of some rate or whatever else, you pull out your mobile phone, you record a small video, and there are a number of formats that we can use, guys. We talk to all our guys about these. There's a NITS format, which is less common now, nature, intent, and time, and specials, or 4DEC, which is a longer format, but facts, option, risks, decision, execute, communicate. So it's kind of like a SWOT into a SWOT analysis, which is a strength, weakness, opportunity, threats. That's kind of a business risk management model, but it's kind of compressed into that 4DEC model. So all you need to do is go through the facts or introduction. God, this can get confusing, and I wish I hadn't have gone down this path, because we use a Sonata model, which is the introduction, development, exposition, recapitulation, and cadence, or coda, which is the conclusion. So we use the Sonata model. You can Google that and it will show it to you, because it's logical and it flows. And all day I've been saying to Julie is make your patter and make your speech musical.
Yes.
Let it flow, right? Let it drip feed out of your mouth. Don't take those big pauses.
Yes.
And then start talking again.
I think it's about trying to go with the flow, but because of the camera and it's got to be right, you tend to mumble. But generally speaking, and you know what it's like when you actually speak to a client on the phone, you do not mumble. You get straight to the point. And so I guess what Martin's trying to do is encourage me to pick up my phone, make a quick 30-second content, and share it because it could be valuable to a client looking for that information, whether it's someone that follows me or a friend that may share it, or a follower that will share it on their page to someone that they may think will need it. So definitely, I'm going to take on board what Martin's told me, and I'm actually really thankful and grateful for today and getting out of my shell, because too many times I'm behind the desk, behind the computer, and I'm just working and working. But it is actually nice to get out here and show people who I am, what I'm all about, and what I can actually do for them. Because at the end of the day, I am a finance broker because I love it, and I love helping people financially become better off. So yeah, I'm very thankful for today, and a beautiful, beautiful area.
How hard was that? Honestly, that's just natural, and it's heartfelt, and it's genuine. And most brokers struggle with the genuine component. They become immersed too much in the factual. Now, with this video, I'll probably put this on our Facebook group just because I haven't posted in days, and there's probably value in reminding people that, you know, the background plays a really important part in your story. This location in particular, by the way, I do like because you can't see it here, but directly behind us is the Sydney skyline. And if I swing us around, I'll come back to you, Julie, in a second. You can see the Blue Mountains. Now, in about an hour and a half from now, long after we've gone, the sun sets, and this place takes on an entirely new dynamic. I think it's amazing. People will stop and watch your video just to gain an appreciation or try and work out where you are. If you look on Google Maps, this place isn't built up. The paths aren't in place and things like that, but you can certainly find it. And I'm going to put the latitude and longitude into the discussion thread under this video so people can come here themselves, not just because of this spot, but there are about 15 odd spots we use in the area, because either they're elevated or because you're looking down into certain types of areas, or in front of a street full of 30 homes being built, which is ideal obviously for the purpose of construction. There are other areas we use all the time. We use roads, riverside roads on the Parramatta River for investment, just because it has a different feel to it. I don't go out that far to shoot videos anymore because there can be stuff, so I generally keep it localized. Now over here, just behind us there is, I think they call it Willowdale Hill or something, and it's another hill that takes on an entirely new dynamic. If you follow the path, this is a pain in the ass, all the way around towards these white homes here, maybe. On the other side of that, there's another escarpment which looks down onto about another 400 or 500 homes, but it is a very steep incline. It's a very big drop, and there's plenty of video opportunity there. If you're gutsy, you can walk down, 10 steps on the hill. It's problematic, right, because you might kill yourself. It's very easy to fall, but it does provide for really good video opportunity. So you always hear about people killing themselves taking selfies, don't you? You don't often hear about brokers breaking bones as a result of their video, but that location is going to do it, if any. So guys, that's it. That's that. Nothing else to say. I will say, there is a lot to say actually. Now, how many times more likely are you to appear on the first page of Google on the basis of having a video on that page?
Oh, more than likely now.
No. What is the likelihood of being on the front page of Google? And there are a whole bunch of reasons for that. It's not exclusively because the video is there, but it's because of what the video does to the page. But do you know the number?
No.
Talking about before, 53 times. And once a user is there, they're 8 times more likely to stick on that page for longer. They're more likely to convert. They're more likely to craft themselves out a pathway through to other areas of your website. It's getting really windy and cold up here. So guys, I want you to check out Yabba, because our website, literally our framework, is the only website in the industry that has a point-and-click solution for assigning videos to every single page of your website. And that's not by accident. There are very clear and strategic reasons that this stuff exists in Yabba. So use the damn stuff and create your videos. All right, it's really frustrating. Brokers have the capacity to do amazing things with their website, and nobody ever does. Everyone always complains, oh, my website doesn't get any traffic. Like Julie had spent more in a month on SEO than our website cost.
I did.
This is before we came along, but she spent, and there was no advantage to it. And she was using a guy, God help you, that
we won't go there with that.
We won't go there, but there was no service provider. Just yesterday I spoke to a guy that was being charged an SEO service, and he does not have a website. Figure that one out.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. There are people that will take your money on the basis of, I can't wrap my head around that one. But guys, video is really important.
Yeah. Look, I have to agree with Martin. Video content is important. I've always known it to be important, but sometimes you just don't have that confidence to get your phone and start videoing. You don't know what you want to say, but now knowing what I know after today, 30 seconds of something or even 1 minute, and like I said, it could help the person that we're trying to attract, which is clients with home loans. So yeah, look, I'm very much encouraging everyone now after doing it to start doing video content. People will want to see who you are, and especially if you're the face of your own brand, they definitely want to talk to you and want to know your personality, and be relatable, and that's when they're going to pick up the phone and actually have a conversation with you. So video content, yep, 100% agree. Finally broke the ice, and I'm on my way to my next one. I've booked myself in for tomorrow.
And isn't she a great guy? She's speaking so fluently now, and with a confidence that I didn't see at the beginning of, I was going to say the day, but we've only been here for an hour or so. But she speaks now with a confidence that I certainly didn't see earlier on. So the only way to get better at this stuff is to put yourself in front of a camera. How easy would it be to hold this ridiculous selfie stick and just talk about something that comes across your desk? I mentioned the CommBank product earlier. It's a value to someone.
True.
All right,
True.
It takes 30 seconds to create a video. You can leave it. And if you create that in Instagratify, by the way, which is our social media system, it will brand it. It will put your logo. You can create it on Instagram, and it will send to Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and company pages on. Well, it sends everywhere, including your website, by the way, which is the most important destination for your social media content. People don't understand that. They're sending social media content out to Facebook when Facebook takes ownership and is buried under 3,000 feet of other content in about an hour, never to be seen of again, whereas you can put that onto your own searchable archive on your website. So we've got that social media archive for you. But when you create video on our Instagram platform, our Instagratify platform, it will brand it, it'll stick your logo on it, sticks your phone number on it. If it's got an interest rate there, it'll stick the interest rate and comparison rate. If it's an RBA cash rate decision, you put in RBA 435 or 410 or something like that, and it prints the interest rate on you. It's just so simple to use, guys. It's not hard. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you try and create a perfect video and it looks like shit, that's when you have a problem. But if you create something like this, which is crap, and we know it's crap, and you know it's crap, then we're on the same playing field.
You can always improve on crap. That's the main
You
thing.
can always improve on crap. Yeah. So guys, that's that. Please reach out to me if you haven't already. 1300 235 433 is our open line number. 1300 belief. Been watching too much 2GB. And my mobile 0400 777 300. Call or text at any time. Keep an eye out for Julie. Can I post one of the videos you make here? Can I post underneath this so people can see? Can
what
I post
we've done today? Yes.
Can I post your first attempt?
Yes, do my first attempt and then the last one, and see what an improvement it made. And I think it was just nerves, and then trying to get it right, trying to get it perfect. And like Martin said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just got to actually do something. That's the main thing. Get it out there.
Yeah. I always say, guys, the first time we go out and shoot video is always horribly awkward because it's all new. Keep that in mind, and it's why I don't book a full day for the first day we do together on video.
And
By the way,
lucky for that.
Yeah. So you can go away. It's a component of visualization. So it triggers certain receptors in the brain, and you start to go home and formulate that pattern in your head, even subconsciously. So sometimes you're not even aware of it. But as a mortgage broker, you are required to have answers to common questions. What are the advantages of this, the disadvantages of that? You're expected to have sort of automated and robotic rote patter that you can just rattle off. And that's kind of what we're looking for with video, is you need to have those little sentences constructed in your head, just pile them on top of each other, one after the other, and you come across as quite persuasive. I'll talk more about that another time, because I think it's really important to have that patter, right? Just that general patter, particularly when it comes to, what's a question I asked today where we stumbled through? This has gone on for like 19 minutes. No one's going to watch this. We're in luck. It goes on for too long, it's just ranting. But today, what is one thing I asked you that you know back to front.
LVR and
LVR
LMI.
and LMI.
We all know this.
You all know it,
Oh,
but having to, I always say that
explain it. It was difficult.
the difference between a professional and an expert is often an illusion. A professional can articulate something in a paragraph. An expert will do so in a sentence, right? And you need to develop that expert mentality and shape a single sentence, a power phrase around all these topics. What is LVR? Tell me in 5 words. What is LMI? Tell me in 10 words.
So I think the key here is be short and sweet.
Yeah, the opposite of this video, which is going on 20 minutes. Guys, again, we've got a special on our website at the moment. There's a lot of stuff you don't get, but we do a session of video with that. So now's the time to call 0400 777 300. Give me a buzz. Bye, guys.